Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest. Today's video is a communication with the higher self. Mine, yours, we're all connected. So I guess we could say our higher selves. As many of you know, I have dowsed since about 2004. And as you're dowsing, things begin to progress. You begin to get the letters ahead of the dowsing in your head, and then the words, and then the sentences. This is just a way for spirit or your higher self or the universe to speed up the communication a bit. So for this, I am going to use the computer for typing so that you can see the process and also get the answer to the question. Now, I started with one question and I waited for the answer and then asked a second question on top of that, waited for the answer, and then asked a third question. So that is what we are going off of. This is from the higher self, and I hope that these are questions that perhaps you have been wondering as well. If, after listening to this video all the way through so you know how it works, if you have a question that you would like answered, please leave that question in the comments section below, and I will do my best for another video to find out the answer to that question. If you do leave a question, all I ask is that you try to make it as clear and concise as possible. All right, let's see what the higher self has to say. So the first question is, a lot has been going on now for quite some time. Is there really a light at the end of the tunnel as we've been hearing, and is it coming up soon? Okay, so this says there is so much that humanity needs to learn yet, and so many humans who are not even close to awake yet. Patience is an asset at this time, and it is suggested that you practice more of this. Not that this means things will not be changing soon, but there are many factors involved with the kind of change that you are seeking. Many of you wish to have things go back to what you term normal, but that will never happen. You cannot return back to the way things were. You must move forward in this new knowledge that you carry. As for whether there is a light at the end of the tunnel and is it coming soon, yes to both. You are the light at the end of the tunnel. Those of you who are awake and sharing vital information for the sake of your race. How soon will depend upon how many people are willing to listen and stand up for what is right in the face of all the darkness. So the next question is, does all of humanity need to awaken 100% to allow us to live as we wish to, meaning free and happy without all the restriction? it says humanity will eventually awaken in total, but that will not happen for quite a long time. For those who have awakened, time will no longer be a factor before long. You will soon be living by example. In other words, moving through your daily lives as if nothing was ever amiss, because you will be nearly unseen by those who are still unable to awaken. Your vibrations will be so high that those who are not awake will have a very difficult time seeing you, as they are vibrating at a much lower frequency. Such is the case of your guides and angels. They vibrate very rapidly, so most of you do not see them, even though they spend a great deal of time around you. It is only when you can match their frequency that you will be able to see them at all times. This, of course, takes practice. You must be able to hold a frequency, a new higher frequency, just as you have held this lower 3D frequency since birth. This takes practice. This takes devotion. This takes carefully guarding your thoughts. You will, of course, at first go back and forth in your frequencies, up to a higher frequency and back to the lower 3D frequency. But you will get the hang of it if you keep working at it. Soon, you won't care to remember what the lower frequency was for you. Question 3, and the last one we will do today. Is this why, for many of us, it is difficult to remember what day it is, or that it seems each day just bleeds into the next? Okay. It says, as you know, time is not real. It is an illusion, but one that you have needed in your 3D reality. As your frequencies shift, you begin to notice that time, as you know it, is quite confusing. Your 3D mind says there are 365 days in a year, yet each year seems to be moving a bit faster as though time has sped up on you. Your 3D mind says that a week consists of 7 days, yet somehow you skipped Monday and found yourself on Tuesday. If you are experiencing this, you can feel good to know that your frequencies are changing and you are moving closer and closer to the frequencies you need to experience what you call the 5D or New Earth permanently. Time there will be irrelevant. Time there will not exist. This is what you are noticing and what your 3D mind is telling you you are missing. Not so. You are changing, and this is a wonderful thing.